All right, Shalom Akyam, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachawadash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam worldwide who are doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai in truth, faith, and in sincerity. So, yeah, this is Brother Tyler Pye, and I'm back with another lesson. This one I want to touch on the whole Gayle King Snoop Dogg controversy that's been circulating the news and this ain't on no gossip shit. This is just, because the scriptures speak on this situation, I got to highlight it. You know what I'm saying? I got to highlight this because it shows you in a video that Apostle Gabar, or a lesson that he put out in a video, and he made a hell of a point, and that is that this goes to show you that the black woman have more power than the man. The black man, the so-called black woman is over the black man here in America. You know, when you talk about America and being in the flesh, now, of course, for those of us in the spirit, right, now, it doesn't apply. But for, you niggas out there think you balling and you got it and you this and that, okay, and you allowed to think that, but the truth stands. Now here's a man, Snoop, and let's get down to this controversy so we can get down to these scriptures. And he made some comments to where he said I hadn't heard anything, myself personally, to where he was um, threatening physical harm. And I know that's, wasn't in his spirit. Snoop, he wasn't threatening her any type of physical harm. He just said he had some choice words for her if he ever saw her. And so Susan Rice come to her aid, and Oprah, that's her girl. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So he he rubs some of the wrong people the wrong way, and they made him retract all of his statements, and he had to come out and apologize to Gayle King, which, as I was saying, I hadn't heard him threaten any physical harm, so he didn't. The man can't have a right to how he feel or his opinion. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna make him eat his words, and I'm laughing because this is the big mighty Snoop Dogg who you got niggas that fear this dude. You got niggas in the world that fear this nigga, but yet was shut down by the black woman. Was totally shut down. Now, let's say the scriptures go into that, but right, you're not gonna get as far as being a Hebrew Israelite here in America. Hey, Jake think because he got money that buys him a place in this system, a place of manhood to where he can, be a man, basically, in Babylon. No, these crackers will give you money, but they're not going to give you any type of self-respect. You're going to toe that line. You're going to play ball. You're going to do as these crackers tell you. Because whenever they give you that type of money, up in the millions, the tens, and hundreds of millions, then you're going to have to be their lackey, their flunky. Now, what I want to do, I want to go here, read a few scriptures. This is Isaiah chapter 3, and this is verse 12. And it's the Most High. He's saying, as for my people, children are their oppressors. And when you talk about the children, that's a twofold prophecy. Because it can go for your literal children, but first and foremost, it's speaking to Esau. When you look at the book of Job, and it gives you that understanding. Now, this is Job chapter 30 and 1. It said, but now they that are younger than me, or than I, have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. So who is this people that Job is talking about who are younger than I, or than he, than us, the so-called white man? And they are the children. So, and they're the ones who are oppressors. So it said, as for my people, children are their oppressors, back in Isaiah 3 and 12. It says, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. You understand? So, and that's what happened to Snoop and all these other guys who accept these negotiations, these contracts with this devil. Those are oppressors who are younger than us because they come from us. When you talk about Esau, Edom, the Edomites, they come from the so-called black man. They came from Hebrew Israelite. So now here, you know, they have us in derision, as Job stated, and they have us in oppression. And one of their main tools of oppression is none other than this black woman that you see here. And the whole the Kobe Bryant fiasco, you know, he died, and then this witch you see here, Gayle King, she gonna do an interview with Lisa Leslie and bring up his rape charges, and this is what got Snoop all fired up. But it just go to show, you know, you just need to sit down, Snoop, and leave that to us. We are the spokesman for our people, and this shit wasn't worth speaking on, you know. But he made the mistake to, you know, direct his comments toward Gayle King and received all type of backlash. And then you know these people, you know, those his handlers sent somebody to him and said, "Look, this ain't gonna go the way you want, player. You need to go ahead, calm this situation down. If I was you, I would issue an apology and let that be that. As you know, there's gonna be some smoke coming your way. All that gangster shit, yeah, you can pop that shit on records, but yeah, you fucking with the real gangsters." And then Susan Rice came out and straight up told him, "Hey, well, we got an army, and it ain't gonna end well for you. You fucking with the real gangsters, nigga, and they made you shut it down." But that's what happens, you know. You's a pawn going up against some bishops, or I wouldn't put. Well, she had that access, but Gayle King is more like a goddamn rook, or even you could say it. Well, in the case of Oprah, she would be similar to a knight. And here you got shit. God damn it. I just called it, but Pawn, Pawn Snoop Pawn coming up against the knight. And yeah, you're not gonna win that battle, dude. You're not gonna win that battle. They got the power behind them of this world. The power of Satan. And as Apostle Gabar stated, yeah, they made that pact a long time ago. They made that they struck that deal long before you struck your deal, Snoop. So yeah, you did the right thing, player. Yeah, it's best for you to shut that thing down, man. Don't let pride get in your way, cause the most I gonna get a hold to your ass for it's all over with, and that's why he preserving you. Most I gonna deal with you. But yeah, I want to go here to let's look at this the book of Ecclesiastes. And that's just the way things are. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dang it, the black woman got the juice, and you got Jake all in the streets, you know, killing each other and this and that. But shit, You'll never get above a black woman. Now this is what I want to go to. This Ecclesiastes chapter 10, and I start at 6, because this goes into it also. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So right, this whole thing of the woman being above the man, that's folly. You know what I'm saying? And even, a man having to go back on his word. A man don't go a real man do not go back on his word. A man will die with his word, because you're not supposed to speak anything that you don't feel is right. And Snoop spoke that out of his heart, because he was offended and he felt that was the right thing to say. Well, you shouldn't eat your words, dude. But you did, because you know where your bread is buttered. And so you're right. You didn't want to make any ruffles or any waves. So it says, folly is said in great dignity. This is folly. For a man to have to apologize to a woman and he didn't even do anything wrong, that's folly. Along with all these, it's countless. You could just go from now to next week, just just naming the folly that goes on here in America. But it's said in great dignity. A lot of people say, that's the right thing to do, Snoop. That's the right thing to do. And see, because folly is said in great dignity. They don't know the foolishness of this whole madness. And saying the rich sit in low place, where the rich are the Hebrew Israelites. You see, people look up to Snoop because they think he got money, but he's not the rich. He's rich in the scope of, this material, in the scope of materialism, the flesh. But the truly rich are those who are rich spiritually, and they are sitting in low place. You see, now here, even after Snoop then went back on his word, you still gonna have dudes out there that's gonna ride his jock, that's gonna look up to him, that's gonna, think he's the shit. Even after this man then backed up on his word, but yet you got men who stand stiffly for what they believe in and preach this word. Matter of fact, let me get this. And they will never have the recognition of a Snoop or 50 Cent or whoever. You know what I'm saying? And this is not what we look for. But that just goes to show more of the folly of this world. Because we're not looking for that, but this is what Jake should look up to. But instead, Jake looks up to folly, all people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now this is Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that light is our riches. That's our wealth. The light is our wealth, and that light is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this word. And so Snoop cannot speak this word, because he done made that pact. So there is no light in him, and he will have to do whatever they tell him to do. Now again, as I stated, you got men out there that stand stiffly for this word, man, this word, because they are full of the light of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And there's no way on this earth or any other earth you can think of that they gonna swallow their words, especially for a black woman. Now these are the men that I look up to. These are the men who I reverence, in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Don't look up to no nigger that's in this world. But going back to Ecclesiastes 10, And in verse 7 it says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So those servants upon horses are those same children who oppress us. They are servants, but they sit upon horses in positions of power to make a Hebrew Israelite man go back on his word. Now, word was something going back. I got to go to this movie, back to the movie Scarface. You know, one of the things that Jake loved about the movie Scarface is when Scarface said, you know, all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You know, that registered with Jake because that meant something to us. Back in the day, when you made a testimony, you would grab your nuts, literally. And it goes into that. Where is that? But it tells you in the book of Nehemiah. I don't know if I can find it, but it's in the book of Nehemiah, and it says how Nehemiah, you know, let me see if I can grab that real quick. It's okay, and this is when okay, but this is when Nehemiah was making the testimony, but it said that he shook his lap in the testimony. Well, what do you think that means? He shook his lap. He was making a testimony on his huevos, as Issachar would say, his nuts, his testicles. The Most High gave us testicles so we could testify. But I'm gonna have to pull it up. But yeah, it spoke on how Nehemiah shook his lap. Now that's a big. It should be a big thing, but that it should be a big thing now. But that was a big thing in the ancient world was your word, and you died. You lived and you died by your word. So it goes to show the level that we have been reduced to as Hebrew Israelite men when you got this public spectacle being made of Snoop and how he had to kowtow to this wicked ass bitch. You understand? This shows the level that we have been reduced to as people, as a nation, but first and foremost as men. And here it is, you don't say nothing wrong, and because the establishment didn't like it, they're gonna make you apologize. So I'm gonna see if I can find it. It is, this is why, all that selling out and selling your soul for this shit, man, this ain't worth it. So this is in Nehemiah 5 and 13. It said, also, I shook my lap and said, so the Most High spake, so the Most High shake out every man from his house and from his labor that performeth not this promise. See, he's speaking, he's testifying, but they're making a vow. He's in the midst of making a vow between him and the people. Well, basically between the Most High and the people. So again, also I shook my lap and said, so the Most High shake out every man from his house and from his labor that performeth not this promise. Even thus be he shaken out and emptied. And all the congregation said, Amen, and praised the Most High. And the people did according to this promise. See, he was making a vow. Where you say he shook his lap. What that means? He shook his lap. Right, he grabbed his testicles. And everybody that agreed, then they was held accountable for those words. And see, that's the thing about it that we don't have. You got to be held accountable to your words. And if you were so, so moved to speak those words, then you should be moved to stand by those words and be willing to give up everything, even your life, for your words. This is the power of words. And this is why you know, I don't have any respect for Babylon or Babylonians, because, they diminish the power of words. And what, like, you could just say, well, in the case of Esau, you could just say, I'm sorry, and then everything is forgiven, just like this Jake who went and hugged this white cop who shot his brother in cold blood, man, just put him to death. And she can get up there and say, I'm sorry, and it's done. No, no, but that's because, see, you got servants upon horses right now. Children are in the rulership seat. And when children rule, right, you're going to have chaos, because children don't have the discipline or the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to carry out a disciplined and well ordered house. So, right, the princes walking as servants, back in Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Those princes are the children of Israel, Yasha'Allah. Yasha'Allah literally means he, prince, power. The princes of power, the princes of God, the sons of God. That's what it means. And we are walking as servants upon the earth. And Snoop is the most recent example of that. You know, they're not going to let you be a man in this system. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, white supremacy will not allow you to be a man in this construct. It will not happen. You understand? So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. There's a lot of scriptures could have came out, but it is what it is, man. It just is what it is. These women gonna continue to be unruly and out of order till Yahweh Shah come back. You know, that's why the apostles say don't even deal with them. And it's not just because they wicked, because they unruly. But anyway, I'm gonna end this lesson here. So you brothers stay up. To the next lesson. Shalom.